Hey guys, what is up, and welcome back to another episode of Miles with Ace Attorney Investigations. In the last episode, we came to the embassy of Ablaze and Babahl in order to find the fake Yatagarasu, but the fake Yatagarasu has already struck. Somebody has been murdered in the Babahlese embassy, but the Yatagarasu, fake Yatagarasu that Kay calls, has been spotted in the Alabastian embassy, so there's like a bunch of different things going on. There was also a fire here, like what the frick is going on? But yeah, we are investigating stuff, and yeah, hopefully we can get some answers. Let's go. I can't believe that Manny fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is. Ambassador Palleino, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police. That and only that. I ask you to cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Koshin's as well. You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating! Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these. I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe. Oh, no! These are simply coupons we distribute to promote Babahl. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babahl. Now I remember, the Republic of Babahl is known for its feverish tourism industry. Okay. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased, Manny Kochin. He was my secretary, and the embassy secretariat, charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything. Accounting, printing, taking care of our national treasures. I'm sorry, but did you say printing? Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy. I see. Please excuse my forwardness. However, I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before. Oh, yes! Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG8 incident. The KG8 incident? I already knew that! So your Mr. Kochin is the same man as the one in that case. It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and dove enthusiastically into this job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee this embassy's renovations. It really is a shame. He had such a bright future ahead of him. What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations? We can't have tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're a poor nation, can we? So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget where we're trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is now no longer with us. Ambassador Palleino, I was wondering if I may ask you about Cadopia. Cadopia? Alright. What would you like to talk about? First, I'd like to ask you about this key. What about this key? I found it sticking out of Mr. Kochin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly. That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife. Whoa! How fascinating! Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key? In its knife form, there was a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Cadopia. And how did you come to that conclusion? It has both of Cadopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here at the embassy back when we were still in Cadopia. Ambassador Palleino, this key was stolen from the Cadopian embassy 7 years ago. By Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu. Oh, really? You were not aware that Miss Yu had broken into this embassy at that time? I'm sorry, I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Babahl became its own independent nation. But if Manny were still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then. Mr. Kochin and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago. But that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in this present. Kay, are you alright?
You believe me, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think I did it, right?
Yes, of course I don't, and I promise to prove that it wasn't you.
That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like, but it's only a matter of time before we take her in. It would be wise of you to give up while you can.
No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying, and my investigation will prove that to be true.
Go ahead and try then, if you're that confident.
I can't allow this to continue on this way. I must prove her innocence post-haste. Wait, hold on. Oh, I have to ask him about this. I forgot about that. Ambassador Paleno, I was wondering if you might have some thoughts on this. I think that you would know more about this case than I. So let me make it up to you for not knowing anything about that with these coupons. Thank you, however, I feel I must decline. Damn it. Oh dear. If people were to find out that a murder occurred at our embassy, the number of tourists would plummet, as would our revenues. It would be a disaster. What are we gonna do? He really does seem worried. Perhaps I should refrain from bringing this up. Damn it. Wait. I feel like there are a lot of things that I could ask him about, but I don't know. His statue resembles that hero, the Steel Samurai, don't you think? I was thinking, what would you say to changing its name from this to the Steel Samurai statue? It just might attract a few more tourists to our country if I did, right? I'm not sure what to think. I thought that thing was a national treasure. Ambassador Paleno, I was wondering if you might— oh, damn it. Okay. Oh, isn't that about our great embassy? How do you like our pamphlets? I feel indifferent about them, to be honest. I'm just using them as evidence. Oh, that's too bad. In that case, I guess we'll just have to try harder to make more charming ones. I just had a flash of inspiration. We should make all of our pamphlets into coupon books. His expectations of what a coupon can do are just a tad hyperinflated. Damn it.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack, sir.
Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately.
I guess the handles got all burnt off by the fire.
Ah, so even the knives fell victim to the fire. Ambassador Paleno, are these knives yours? Why, yes, they are. They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Babahl. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabast's own set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each. But I can't believe the Babahlese ones have been reduced to this state. Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release on the tang of this blade. Ambassador Paleno, what is this notch here for? Oh, that! It's a feature of these knives wherein you can freely exchange the handles on them, so that we can exchange how they look to fit the situation, of course. I see. So these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed. Are we dumb? Are we not gonna connect anything? This is literally the knife. Bruh. Wait, okay. I don't know. It looks like this was once a grandfather clock, but it has fallen victim to the fire.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, is it okay for me to talk about the clocks in my house, sir?
If they're unrelated to the case, I hope that you will refrain from sharing, but...
Well, there's this one clock that I made by myself, but the timer on it manages on auto.
That's quite enough, detective. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. A small personal safe.
This was Mr. Cochin's office, so perhaps he stored his most important documents in here.
Of course it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without the key. What do we have in here? Locked safe. Key. Goodness, what could it be? We know for a fact that the Autograss's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim Mr. Cochin's pocket, which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office.
Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out.
It appears I was correct. The key that was left to us in the victim's pocket. It literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. What do we have here?
Hey,
Hey, there's nothing inside. Do you think the Yatagarasu made off with everything, sir? No, detective. I believe all we need is a closer look. Cool. What is this here? Looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir. No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe. Hey, you're right! It won't budge an inch, not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I've ever seen paper stuck on the inside of a safe before. Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange. It's the safe. What do you mean? What I mean is that the secret to the safe is that... Even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I'd say that there is an extra bit of space behind the back wall of the safe. In other words, this safe has a second compartment. What? I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there is a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there is no other lock or keyhole in sight. Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on this safe. Oh? Yes, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock. The safe and its locks. Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduced your answer. Deduce? Deduce? Hold on. Can I get the key back? Fucking hell. Can I please get the key back? Okay. We discovered this trick 7 years ago, and with it we were able to corner Miss Yu. But who would have thought that I'd see this key again after all this time? Okay? Maybe. We could do that. We could try that. Zeus! I think. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? I hope so. Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Francisca? This shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more. Is that so? The person who used this safe, Mr. Kochin, made sure that the safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out? You can't be serious. Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of this safe? That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove to you right now that the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it. The Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edgeworth, this has better be a very bad joke. Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment of this safe. We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe, but the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key. We just did it. What the frick? Okay. We discovered this trick 7 years ago. With it, we were able to corner Miss Yu, but who would have thought that I'd say this key again after all this time? Shit, hold on. That's not it, is it? Oh, let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Kochin's safe in the Gadopian embassy. We confirmed that as fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now, let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see? What are you talking? Ah! It appears that you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe. But that's preposterous! Because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago, we fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of incredible importance. Then, it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry up and open that safe! Yes, sir! Open it now, sir! These items, they're
It's a bunch of funny shaped things. It's the pieces of art, huh, sir? You're in the way. Now move, Scruffy. I didn't think I was in the way. These pieces of art, they're identical to the ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world.
I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. These are pieces of stolen art from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one.
Hey! Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why, do you have any idea what would happen to you if one of them were to break?
Is it just me or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now? Dang! Francisca! This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about.
Beats me, sir.
Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, Detective? Mr. Cochin's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is. Wait. What does this say? Aha! Aha! Deduce! Deduce! Yes! Eureka! Take a good look at these documents, Francisca.
It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here.
Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3?
Well, well, it certainly looks that way.
By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have now found what you were looking for.
Yes, and with this it has become crystal clear that Mr. Cochin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Babahl's ink.
Babahl's ink?
Babahl's ink is a special product of the Republic of Babahl. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported.
And that reason is?
That's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Cochin.
His base was in an embassy. Thus, it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation.
But it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice.
Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds.
You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested.
Francisca, you must know that Manny Cochin was the suspect in the KG-8 incident.
Of course I know. On top of being the head of the smuggling ring, there was the matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved. Woo! You did it. Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one that it could be. Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu. Kay Faraday. You are under arrest for the murder of Manny Cochin. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me! I didn't do it! I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here! And he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes.
What is that supposed to mean?
I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime.
Very well. I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are. Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babahl's embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu, and most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body.
Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu?
Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu. Ugh, look, how many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu! Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu.
Very well. Then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Manny Cochin.
Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of.
I really don't think that being the first to discover the body makes her the killer by default.
No, but if you saw the self-purported Yatagarasu standing in front of a body, wouldn't you get a little suspicious yourself?
Ugh. Even so, I'd still listen to what that person had to say before I passed judgment.
Ha! Are you talking about yourself in those times when you were under suspicion?
I think the pain of being falsely accused is something you really should experience.
I personally know that feeling really well, sir. And given my situation, I now know exactly what it's like too. I'm fine with never experiencing it, ever. Are you done with your little group conference?
So Agent Shina suspects Kei of murder simply because Kei is the Yatagarasu. But if I can prove that the Yatagarasu's goal is not related to the murder, then I may be able to begin to reason with her. Hold on. Do I have anything? Just because she calls herself that doesn't prove that she is a killer.
No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret." Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Kochin for the key.
I see. Her logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need. So you're claiming that Kei knew that a foreign country's embassy had such documents?
As stated in the calling card, the Yatagarasu was out to steal a dirty secret. Which means that the goal tonight was to steal those smuggling activity documents. You have it all wrong! It was that fake that sent the card! Your words are meaningless. If you are truly innocent, then let's see some proof. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I leave it to you to handle this.
Yes, I'd rather you did. The Yatagarasu's goal, huh?
You can claim she's innocent, but you can't change the facts that I've already outlined. Okay, so I have to present evidence. Okay. No! Stop! Stop it! Let's try.
Agent Shina, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic.
Oh?
Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I am certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Kochin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all.
Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Kochin had the key on him?
If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact.
Need, reason. All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe second compartment before returning the key.
Ugh!
But the fact still remains that Mr. Kochin was stabbed to death.
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kei who committed the act.
Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife that she used on the victim with my own eyes.
But what?
Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her away behind bars. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is a part of a special 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There is no counter-argument.
Ugh. That is your definitive evidence.
You see now that she is definitely the killer, right? No! Mr. Edgeworth, you gotta believe me! I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear!
And you came in here because you were chasing the suspicious person?
That's right! I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... Ah!
This is...
I came to this room upon hearing the girl scream, and when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her.
So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon.
I had this knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it. But the suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me. You continued to insist that there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? I don't know. But I know they came in here. That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ugh. She has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are with some solid evidence.
Edgeworth, I really didn't.
Kay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that.
Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can.
Don't worry. I can and I will.
Okay. Consistent with the blade of the knife.
But well, anyone could have gotten it. I don't know. Does this mean that you already have the results back?
We have confirmed that the shape of the Babahle's knife blade matches with the wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensics teams with your own.
I won't if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear. I'd hardly say your logic is sound, which you will see in a bit.
If you can prove me wrong, please, by all means, go ahead.
That has been my intention all along. Now, let us return to your testimony. You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes?
I was also on the search for the Yatagarasu. When I heard that girl scream coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw that girl standing there motionless, with a knife with her hands. But I already told you! I only came in here because I was also after the Yatagarasu! The suspicious person I saw came into this room! But when I entered, it was pitch black. I felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned on the lights and then...
You found out that it was the murder weapon at your feet.
How many times do I have to tell you, we can't trust the words of a suspect?
The only thing you'll accept is evidence, is it?
That's the only acceptable way to counter an argument of Interpol on the scene of a crime. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can prove me innocent?
I think I do, because there is one piece of evidence I find to be a bit interesting. I think I need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again. There was a lot of skilled detailing on this handle. It would appear that the handle on this knife is removable. I guess so people can change it whenever they feel like. Sounds like fun, sir. I don't think people would remove the handle just for fun, detective. So this is what took Mr. Cochin's life. Some of his blood is still on the blade.
Wow, I've been a detective for 7 years already? I've seen a lot of weapons in my days. But knives that were used to kill are always the hardest for me to bear.
Yes, unlike guns, this is one weapon where you're likely to find the victim's blood on it.
Yeah, just like how this one is practically drenched in it, huh, sir?
Despite that, it looks like the blood managed to miss the handle somehow. So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth?
What are you getting at?
I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon.
It wasn't the real murder weapon?
This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? As you can see, the Babahle's knife has now been disassembled into two parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Kochin was killed with the butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicions surrounding Kay.
Your argument isn't airtight yet.
How so?
It's possible that the girl herself was the one who switched the handles.
Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing?
I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Kochin's killer. There was quite a bit of blood on Mr. Kochin. There's blah 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 blah. Thanks to being a prosecutor, I guess I have become accustomed to seeing blood. But this is not what's important right now.
What is this mark on here?
It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means?
No, not really. Butterflies rest on the flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar.
And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this.
You can't be serious.
It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of Alabast's ornamental knives. This part of the knife handle has Babahl's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Babahle's in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife blade, with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Sheena?
After the fire had broken out.
That's right. Kay entered the Babahle's embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire, which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer. Ugh! Whoa! Way to go, Mr. Edgewood, sir! What a great victory!
Huh? Hey, why is everyone so quiet?
I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next.
What is the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife here?
Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babahl? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over.
You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Thinking while you're on the run? Now that's the way a great thief operates.
Kay?
Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did.
Not really, but...
Come on, you don't have to be shy about it. Your argument is still not airtight.
Would you care to elaborate?
I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu. That again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay? Whether you're the real deal or a fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Preposterous! On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing?
The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu, that in itself is the most elegant proof. Mishina,
Yes?
I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can. It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you understand that. Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Sheena. Let me share something with you too as a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay? Well, I guess we better get going.
Going? To where?
To the Kingdom of Alabast. We don't know. We won't know for sure, right?
I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Alabastian knife came from, we'll have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt. Understood. Woo! Okay. Okay, well, that's it for this episode. See you guys next time. Roll the end card.
Objection! You haven't hit like and subscribe yet. Hold it! You forgot to ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload. Take that! Click here to watch more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!